Welcome to part two. Welcome to part two of my series on rejection and abandonment wounds. Today we're going to talk about how it shows up in you. I had a whole thing planned and I was like, you know what? I don't like the video because it does not sound right. So I'm just going to be very authentic in how I put this video out there. It shows up in a person being very tense. It shows up in a person being very afraid of causing conflict, causing arguments. This person will be a people pleaser for the most part. They do not want to do anything to keep someone from leaving them, to keep someone from looking at them in a negative sense. So, image will be everything to them, or it can be the total opposite. They will self sabotage and they will mess up relationships, they will mess up friendships, they will leave you before you leave them because they don't want to face that pain that they faced in childhood when they first felt rejection. Now, most of the time we felt rejection through, childhood. It could be from, both parent, a guardian, a sibling. It can be from anything that may have happened to you as a child. And when you get older, you have to remember your body doesn't forget anything. So if you experience something in childhood, your brain does not know the difference between yesterday and today. So when it feels like something is going to happen that's similar to what happened, your body is going to go into that mode of, oh my God, let me back away. Oh my God, let me keep the peace. Especially if you live in a home where if you said something, did something, it made your mother or your father mad. So now you really, really quiet. And that's why some people take a lot of ish from people because when they were younger, it was like, oh, if I say something, my mother's going to get mad. And I don't want my mother mad at me because I love my mother. I want my mother's attention. So you're not going to say anything. And that translates in adulthood to where you're dating people who are like that. You have friends who, you know, you don't want to make mad at your job. Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it. Even though you know you don't want to do it. And sometimes people with rejection issues, they do not stand up for themselves at all. Some of them, I don't say some of them do, but a lot of people, they don't stand up for themselves. They just rather keep the peace. They just rather keep quiet. Yes, you're right. You got it. Whatever it is that you say. Now, I did, I don't know if I said it or not. It may have been in the other video, but some people with rejection issues, they are overachievers, right? So there's some people that's like, within them, it's like they're doing the right thing. They are achieving and they're the best at what they're doing. But to the core of some of them, not everybody, but to the core of some people, it is because when they were younger, they were not seen, they were not heard. Other siblings were, other cousins were, other people were. So now they have to put themselves in the forefront and to be seen. Some people recognize this within themselves, and some people do not recognize this within themselves, and it's okay. So that's why sometimes you'll have people that'll be like, you know what, I'm gonna be the best sex they ever had. Why do you need to do that? Go to the, if you are that person, ask yourself, why is that necessary to be the best? Why not just have great sex? Period. Why does it have to be a competition? When you date somebody and you gotta talk about their exes and oh, you be saying in your head, I'm not gonna be like that. I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna. Why? Why are you like that? Why does it even matter? Why can't you just be yourself? And people with rejection issues, they're like that. I was like that at one point in time. Now I don't care. I mean, now I want to be treated. You know what I'm saying? If you treated them good, treat me good too. But I'm not in any type of competition. Back in the day, I was like that, trying to be exactly like them because if you was with them, and the thing was, you don't even think, oh, well, they were with them at one point in time, and then they're not, and now they're not anymore. You're just thinking they was with them, so let me change my hair, let me do this, let me do that. But that's the mentality of a person that has rejection and abandonment issues. You also have identity issues. You don't really know who you are. You're trying to be this, you're trying to be that because you want to be accepted and you want to be loved. So when we have this wound, It comes in so many different ways. And I want to say this to some of y'all who thought y'all had some people wrapped around y'all finger, the girl that was like running up at y'all, or the man that was running up at y'all and all that kind of stuff. Listen, to a certain extent, that is not what it was. You are not the ish that you probably thought you was. Yeah. And let me tell you why. The reason I say that is because what you probably did was trigger their nervous system, and it put them in either fight, flight, freeze, or fawning mode. And you triggered something in them to where, like, I got to be with them, I got to have them, because their body is going through like a panic mode that this person is getting ready to leave. It has nothing to do with you specifically for the most part. Sometimes it do. It goes back to when they were rejected or abandoned, or the things that they went through in childhood. So yeah, you probably want all that you probably thought you was. But I ain't trying to bust your bubble. I'm just saying, you probably wasn't. And you're probably gonna go against me on that. And that's fine, whatever. But I'm just saying, that's why some of the people that you dealt with reacted in the way they reacted, because whatever you did to trigger their abandonment or rejection wound, it started that fear, that panic, and they needed you as an emotional anchor. And it's not really you, is they need safety. And when you're around that's safe, when you want to leave and when you're ready to go, that's not safe for them. So they're grabbing, they're holding. But I promise you, if they did it to you, they did it to the one prior, and the one prior, and the one prior. Okay. It's a pattern. It's a pattern. And sometimes that wound is so deep, well, that person, it seems like they're crazy, and they're really not. They're hurt. I mean, their body is still feeling what they felt in childhood. So, yeah, me on part 3 of rejection and abandonment wounds. That's all I have for y'all today.